Hey guys, and welcome back to Rock My Face. Today I'm going to do a different kind of tutorial for you guys. I get a lot of questions on my hair. I wear hair extensions a lot of the time because I don't have very long hair. I have thin and fine hair, and a lot of times once it gets to the length that I like it at, it actually starts looking really stringy. So I use them just for added thickness, a little more volume, and for length. The brand I use is called Euronext. It's the clip-in extensions. They look like this. They come in different lengths. This is a shorter one, and as you can see, this is a longer strand. The longer strands go in more of the center of the head, whereas the more narrow strands like this one kind of go at the base of the skull and then up at the top here near the crown. Now, the brand I use is called Euronext. It's E-U-R-O-N-E-X-T. And I get mine from Sally's. I'm sure you can get them at different beauty supply stores, but that's where I get mine from. And they run me around $80. Now, they come in two different lengths. You have an 18-inch and then you have a 14-inch. And what I would suggest to you is if you want it to look really natural so that everyone thinks it's your natural hair, which is the point of extensions to me, is if it's not close to the length of your hair already, you want to put them in, go to your hairstylist and say, cut them so that they look like a blended, layered cut. Because if your hair is shorter here and then the extensions are, say, this much longer, they can cut the fake hair to just look blended in well with your natural length, gradually getting longer to the longest length, and it'll just look like you have a long layered haircut. It's my pet peeve to see short hair with really super long extensions. So if you do get the extensions and say you have shorter hair, I would just get them to build in some layers just so that it looks more natural. But that is totally your preference. You can keep them long, and like I said, it's totally up to you. So what I've already done is I've taken a straightener and I curled my hair a little bit. And I have also curled my extensions. And I totally suggest doing this before you put the extensions in. Whether you curl it or whether you straighten your hair, you want to have them both done ahead of time. It's going to be a lot harder to do once you get the extensions in. So pre-curl your natural hair and pre-curl your extensions before you ever begin. So the only two things you're going to need besides your extensions are a ponytail holder and a brush. Now I'm going to do my best to explain to you how I do this, and I'm going to use my lovely assistant right here, this mannequin, and I have already pulled her hair up, and I'm going to show you how I pull my hair up first before I actually add the extension. So I'm starting right at the tops of my ears, and I'm going to drag it down just like this, kind of like the shape of a shallow U, and I'm going to run it right to the base of my skull. You can feel where your head starts to, you feel it at its furthest point out and it starts to go in towards the neck. That's where we're going to place our first extension. So I'm starting at the top of the ears and I'm running down right along the base of my skull there. Now all the hair that's on top of that part, like here, we're going to pull straight up. I'm going to take my brush and I'm going to brush my hair. Let's see if I can fix my mirror so that I can see. Straight up. Not back, but you want the rest of your hair right on top of your head. Sorry. Take your ponytail holder. Secure all this hair really tightly. Okay? Then you have your natural hair here. Alright, so as you can see, my hair is parted and pulled up. It looks kind of silly, but you'll see why in a minute. Just as I've done hers. Her hair is pulled up here. You see where her hair is parted. I want to show you how you can secure these clips so that they're really snug, really tight. You can brush your hair, wear it in a ponytail. They're not going to come out. So at this point, we are starting at the base of the skull, which is a narrow part of the head. So I'm going to use a narrow strand here. Now, you want to find the middle of the head, and you're going to take the middle clip. Now, as you can see, we have hair coming down, and then we have hair coming up. They're going two different ways. You want to secure that clip right at the base of the hair that's being pulled up. So, we're going to find this right here, You're going to push it up into that hair, and then you're going to push it down so that it locks. I am pulling on this. It's not coming out. And then you're going to clip, okay? And then you're going to come over to this side, and you're going to do the exact same thing. Sorry, this is kind of an awkward way to hold it. But we're going to push it up and down. Well, it's a little harder on a mannequin than it is your real head, but as you can see, I'm pulling down and I'm securing it. Same thing on the other side. We're going to take that clip, run it up and down. That is secure. These are not going anywhere now. Like I said, you could brush them, put them in a ponytail, and that's exactly how you want to do it in your head. At the base. Right on that seam. But you want to get that clip in on the hair that's going up. It's really important, or they're gonna fall out. They're gonna come out. As soon as they get loose, as soon as you want to brush your hair, you're gonna pull extensions out, and it's not gonna be good. You don't want to be pulling out your hair in the middle, of a day or wherever you are. A date would be horrible. So, find the middle clip, find the middle of your head, right where the hair is going opposite directions. I'm going to secure that in. Look to the left. Find where the hair meets. It might take you a couple times to really get it in there nice and tight. Pull down on it. Now, after I get the clips in, what I do is I kind of just put my hair on top of the clip, fingertips on top of the clips, and just kind of go in little circular motions. This just kind of really suits your head a little bit, and it gets it loose and snug on those hairs that it's clipped in on. So then, I'm going to take my hair down, and I'm going to move up about 1.5 inches. So, we started at the tops of the ears, so now we're going to go a little bit below the temple. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go in a shallow U shape. Okay? Now, the hair above that part, I'm going to pull up into a really tight and high ponytail. Secure it with a ponytail holder. Now our second set of extensions here, I'm going to go a little wider because this is a wider part of the head. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to find the middle clip, middle of the head. Pull down on it until you feel it being really secure and really tight. Look to the left and do the same thing. Pull down on it. Work them in a little bit. Now these will take a little getting used to wear. I remember when I first started wearing extensions, I would kind of get headaches every now and then. It just takes getting used to. And it's just like applying false lashes. The more you practice, the better you're going to get at it. It takes me anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes just to put them in. But I've had a ton of practice. So now we're going to move up right at the temples, and we're going to do the same thing. Whoops, I might go a little bit higher actually. Shallow U shape. Pull that up. Secure it with a ponytail holder. And we're just doing the same thing. Start from the bottom. We're going to work our way up. And we're doing the same exact process every time, just on a different part of the head. Okay, now we're going to get on this, about the third one up is where I like to use the widest extension. It's going to cover more all the way around the head and blend better. So same exact process. Find the middle clip, middle of the head. Find where the hair goes in opposite directions. Get it in there until it's nice and secure. Same thing on the left. And as you can see, I want to make sure, see if I can look this way so that you can really get a good look at how I'm doing. Look over to the left. Just like that. Same thing on the other side. Find where it's going up. See, it's very secure. And work them in just a little bit. Take the hair down. Same thing over and over. Sorry about that. Do the same thing again. I've got 2 more. Now from the crown, you can see you want to have a good inch because you don't want your extensions to be able to be seen. So usually on these top 2 levels, I kind of put them super close together. Depending on how thick your hair is, the thicker your hair, the more extensions you're going to need to really blend. The thinner your hair, probably the less amount of strands you can use because it'll blend a lot easier for you. So I'm going to part the hair right on top of where we put the last one. Pull that hair up right on top of the head and secure it. Take another middle clip. Now, if you get it too high on where the hair is going up, it's going to cause little pieces of your natural hair to stick out and hump out. So if that happens to you, when you let your hair down, see if I can, this is my natural hair here. If you have a little piece, let me see if I can, like just kind of poking up like this, a little too high, and you can tell, that just means that you need to move that extension down a little bit. So just put the hair back up, take the extension out, and move it down probably just a couple millimeters. It doesn't take very much. Now, on the last extension, keep it as close to the last one as you can get it. And it's also really important to make sure you're keeping that U shape as you're putting in the extension. Their head is round, so you want to put them in a rounded way. Alright, so on this last extension, I've got, this is actually a little longer than I would prefer to use. However, it's my shortest extension, and I want to keep a layered look, so this is shorter than my other strands were. So this is the one I like to put on the top. And my middle clip. And this is the most crucial one because this is the one that you cannot have sticking out of the top. So you want to be sure to really get it right where the hair starts moving up and clip it in. See, that was too low, so it just pops right out. Let's see if I can let you guys see this really well. Find right where the hair starts coming up. Get in there nice and tightly. Just like that. Same thing on the other side. And just keep playing with it until you get it in there really good. Okay, work them in just a little bit and then take that very top layer of your natural hair down. Now from here, you can go back in with your straightener and just kind of, I had mine curly like I said, so you can just kind of blend it all back together. If you had your hair straight, then you could take the straightener and blend them all back in together. So I'm going to show you what it looks like now. So as you can see, it looks really natural. It makes my hair look much, 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 much thicker than it naturally is. See if I can show you from the back. It's really, really, really super natural looking. I mean, no one has ever come up to me while I had these in and said, and noticed that I was wearing extensions. Now, they may have noticed my hair was longer overnight, but they never have said that, I mean, I've always gotten the fact that how it looks just like my real hair. If I wanted to, I could take this entire ponytail and put it up without being able to see all the extensions, and have a really thick and pretty ponytail, which is something I've never had. So I just have really, really fine and thin hair. So that is how I put my extensions in, and that's the brand I use and the process that I use to put them in really good. Anyways, if you have any questions, just ask. And if you'd like to see a different angle of me doing this, just let me know, and maybe I'll do a different tutorial just strictly from the back so that you can see the back of my head the whole time I put them in. Maybe this will work for you guys. I don't know. I guess I've just gotten so used to doing this that it's just kind of like second nature to me. Just remember, the more you practice, it's just going to be so much easier for you. Also, if you're like me and you're afraid to dye your hair, which I definitely am afraid to do it, as much as I wish I could some days, and you want to incorporate some other colors into it, you could buy black extensions, brown extensions, or red extensions. You could keep them strictly in the bottom of your hair if you wanted to do a darker on the bottom look. If you wanted to just add highlights, you could buy blonde in your brown or black or red hair or whatever. You could throw some red in there. You could throw some wild colors in there, pink, lime green, whatever, blue, purples. Just depends on you. So you can add in. There's so many different ways you can go with extensions to just change up your natural look. I think this is awesome for Valentine's Day just because you can really surprise your man or your girl with something new, do something just different for a change. And anyways, that's all I can really think of. If I missed something, let me know, or just ask me on Facebook or on my YouTube account. And thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and y'all have a good day. Bye.